What's up, guys? In this video I want to talk about what to expect in WWDC 2014 in September or October, I forget when it is. But anyway, like the last WWDC they talked about a lot of things that were going to be released, but it was mostly just software things that they released at the previous one, and it got people excited about certain things: iOS 8, the iPhone 6, and several other things that they're gonna come out. But most likely, what's gonna come out? Obviously, the iPhone 6. Most likely, just the 4.7 model. Maybe the 5.5, but I think they should just stick to one right now and see how it goes. Me personally, I think the 5.5 is gonna be a terrible thing to make. No one's gonna want that big of an iPhone. Some people may, but I just don't think it's gonna be a huge seller. They should just start with the 4.7, see how that goes, and then if not a ton of people buy it, make a smaller one that has really good specs. But yeah, so another thing, obviously iOS 8. Now, there's nothing too special about iOS 8. There's a few cool features about it, but other than that, it's just another update, really. You know, you have the HealthBook app that's going to come out. I'm never going to use that. It's going to be in my don't use folder. Pointless. It's cool, I guess, for people that work out and are into that kind of thing, but they're starting, they haven't really, but they're kind of starting to turn into Samsung, where they put these, apps and widgets in there that don't matter, and then they just take up space, but, because there's plenty of workout apps that are just as good as HealthBook's going to be. I know it's going to merge all of them, but still, I don't think it's worth it. Another thing is the new OS X for the Mac. That'll probably be released. The beta's been out for a while. I haven't gotten it, but the beta has been out, and it's okay. I think it's better update than iOS 8, but it's still not like hugely different. It's mostly just a few different things that have been changed, some enhancements, that kind of thing. As far as like new Macs, I've been seeing some MacBook Air commercials a lot lately. And it's kind of weird because I haven't run those for like a long time. So it kind of gets me thinking maybe that they're going to release some new ones. I don't even want to begin to think what they're going to look like because I have no idea. But I think they may be releasing some of that soon. New iMacs, maybe. I could see them doing that, but there's really nothing wrong with them. As far as like iPods, I doubt they're going to release any new of that. Most likely it's just going to be the new iPhone 6 models or model. The iPad probably not, because the iPad Air is pretty current. And I don't really know what they would do that's different. As far as the iWatch, that's something that we've talked about for a long time, but it's always just been like rumors. It's never been anything serious. But I still don't think that's going to be released because no one just has hard evidence about it. It's mostly just people thinking about it. But they have been, like, looking at them, of course, because if you look at, one of the pictures that got me kind of interested was, it was Tim Cook with Dr. Dre, and then he was, like, covering his wrist. So, because he was, like, wearing a watch, and he was covering his wrist so he could cover up the watch for the picture. So yeah, obviously he's been wearing them. I'm sure they've been testing around with a ton of watches over the last couple years. But I don't know when they're ever going to release one. They want it perfected, but it just seems like it's kind of late now. But they'll get to it eventually, like they always do, I guess. But I don't really know exactly what else is going to be released. Probably the biggest things like in the phones will be a new chip, and then all this other stuff that's really not that important, but it boosts it a little bit. The biggest things in the iPhone 6, though, is they really need to work on, my biggest things that I want is obviously the bigger screen, which they're doing, a better camera, and a better battery life. Battery life sucks. That commercial where it's, shows Samsung and everybody at the airport with, all their iPhones sitting on the ground, which actually is reality. That's what they do. The biggest thing I was thinking is, if they're not going to put a bigger battery in it, at least make where you can take out the battery So then they don't have to really worry about anything. All they have to worry about is, okay, we can take out the battery so people can switch it. We don't have to increase it at all. That seems like it'd be way better, but they do their thing. But the thing that I don't get is, if it's going to be a bigger screen, most likely bigger display, bigger pixels per inch, the battery life is going to be even worse. Like on the old iPhone, you have this little screen. Now you're going to have this huge screen with better specs and everything, and then you got to worry about the whole, battery situation, which is terrible. But no, they're worrying about other stuff that's not important at all. But that's just how Apple is, I guess. One day they'll come around a little bit, but anyway, that's been my WWDC preview. Hope you liked it, and subscribe to this channel.